Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. How are you all? Well, I'm back. Now, you're probably thinking, what? You've been here every week, there's been a film every week for the last foreverness. That's absolutely true, but I have been pre-recording, as you may well know or remember, so if you do, thank you very much. And if you're new around here, it's lovely to have you here. Genuinely cannot wait to update you on what's been happening in my little life, because it has been a very busy few weeks. Just a very quick recap. So 3 weeks ago I was in the Vendée with my beautiful daughter and my husband, and we had an amazing week just being in France, being a family and having an awesome time. I have got a video, that may well be my last video actually, of the outfits I wore, and the weather wasn't brilliant for us, so there isn't a whole France sort of thing going on there, which is a shame, but it's not a shame because I had an amazing time, so I'll share with you my outfits in that. And then after that I went to have my operation. I had a fist-sized lump, a man's fist-sized lump in my throat that needed to be removed, and they needed to test that to see if it was cancerous or not, because I had a couple of biopsies and sadly they were inconclusive, so that's why that had to happen. So that has happened. I'm here. That's the scar. It's amazing. I can't believe it's only been 3 weeks. And I've had the results just this week and I am clear. Actually, it was an amazing find really, because the lump itself was benign, but a byproduct of the operation and removal was that they did find a cancer. They wouldn't have known that it was a cancer because it was tiny, absolutely tiny, and therefore the treatment of that was removal, which had already happened. So I consider myself super lucky. Of course I am. Amazing. So that is an episode that is behind me. I've had the last 2 weeks to recover, and they have been, actually that's not true. Last week I was back at work, the 2 weeks before that. So in fact it's been 4 weeks, hasn't it? Sorry. So last week I was back at work, which is a very busy week. I had 2 courses and a day trip to London, so it wasn't really work in the practice, if you like. And then I had 2 weeks to recover, which I very much needed. And I actually didn't even do any sewing, so wow, I mean wow. And actually even my boss rang me up to see how I was, which was very kind, and I'm so grateful to all the support I've received. I said to him, I haven't even done any sewing, and he was like, wow. You know, this is a barometer of Cara, that's all I'm going to say. So I just want to say thank you and extend that to all of you who have sent me so many lovely messages of good thoughts, well wishes, etc. If ever there was a time you think that a message from a person on the other side of the world might not mean anything, genuinely they mean the world to me, and I'm certain they do to all of my colleagues that also are running YouTube channels of all sorts of varieties, Instagram messages, just basically the reaching out of one person to another to say they're thinking of you is very special, and it's given me a new perspective on what those little messages mean in life. So thank you. So the purpose of today's video, apart from updating you all, because a number of you have been very concerned about how I'm getting on, and I just wanted to update you really on the recent makes I have been making. I say I've done no sewing, I have done a little sewing, but I'll explain that in a moment. I've got a cup of tea with me here, so I hope you've got a cup of tea too. That's lovely. I need that. So I've been busy tidying the house. I've had no energy at all. I really have been in recovery mode. But my daughter Molly comes back from France after 6 months away tomorrow, so I've been tidying her room, doing her bed linen, dusting the house, cleaning the bathroom, what am I lucky. Cara, this is a sewing channel. Could we get onto the sewing, please? Could you just, like, you know, focus? I just feel so excited to be back talking to you, because I always treat you like you're sitting opposite me having a cup of coffee, or cup of tea, because I don't drink coffee. But yeah, I just get so excited, sorry. So purpose of today, staying on point, is to catch you up on what I've been up to. And some of this you'll have seen recently, but I just wanted to show it to you in a bit more detail, if that's okay. Just indulge me for a second, because as you'll know, the recent Maison Fauve collection is out, Le Rivage. Now, when I also did a film whilst I was away, and so please do head over to watch that if you haven't seen that already. Not now, just stay with me for a moment. I do go into this in some detail, but Le Rivage, I didn't, when I filmed that, know the concept behind the story, if you like, behind the collection. I didn't know the translation of some of the names and things like that, some of which I still don't. I didn't even know how they were pronounced, but thank you for all your love on these items. And this is the, we'll put some pictures in, but the tempête blouse here. I just want to make sure I'm saying Maison Fauve. I hope I'm saying that right. One lady did kindly message me. I think I'm saying it the same as everyone else, but maybe I am, and maybe we're all saying it wrong. But anyway, Maison is more of an is in there. Maison Fauve. Hope that's better. The tempête blouse here, which actually means storm, and it's sort of the drape on this. It's actually, Emily doesn't refer to this as a cowl. It's actually drape that she's created, which is created by these amazing pleats here on the shoulders, which are identically matched on the top here. Now this was the first one I made. You know I don't toile, and I've worn this top a lot, but I did just want to see how I went with it, if that makes sense. I made the sleeveless version here, but it also comes as a long sleeved, which is very much on my list of things to make, which I'll talk about in a video soon. But yeah, it's very simple, because the pattern piece incorporates the drape at the front, and then you have two facings at the back. And how it's constructed basically means that the shoulder facing meets the, when it's in the inside, meets the front. It's very cleverly done and not difficult to do. There is an invisible zip at the back here, as you can see, and you would need that to get it over your neck, so you can't omit that. Yes, I tried. Well, I also basted it together just to see, because, you know, why put a zip in if you don't need to? But you do. I think I kept it to the original length actually, but did a relatively deep hem on there. But I absolutely adore this top. And the heartbreaking thing about the weather changing is that I'm going to have limited opportunities to wear a sleeveless top. However, the range of jackets that I have means that I have been able to wear this even on slightly chillier days by wearing it with a jacket. I know you knew this already, but it's a stroke of genius. And then this version, absolutely love this one. I'll just clip that on there. Hopefully it doesn't wobble it too much. Oh, look at this fabric. It's divine. It is actually red, lots of different types of red. Let me just fill your camera there for a second with it. It's absolutely stunning. This is their viscose poplin, the name of which escapes me just now. Gosh, that's frustrating. Rouge Passion, I think it's called. Yeah, yeah, viscose poplin, and it's just divine to work with, divine to wear. And I did explain in my other video that this actually comes with a facing, a very straightforward arm facing to finish this, but I was short on time, and so therefore I just popped a binding actually. Oh, got a hair here somewhere. Binding onto the armholes just to finish that off. And again, you've got invisible zip in the back here. My ironing's got a bit wrong, but it is invisible. And again, I love this colour, and I will put some pictures in here as always of me wearing these. And just once again, just want to say thank you to Maison Fauve, because they did provide me with the patterns and the fabric of my choice to feature these. And then I have a confession. I keep it real here on the channel. I made the wonderful, I'm rather in love with these actually, Recif trousers. That's R-E-C-I-F. And these are part of the concept of the whole range, as I said, is the the sea, the sailors, sort of nautical theme, if you like. And Emily actually does a podcast on the Maison Fauve site, and lots of people ask me about the Maison Fauve site. It is, Emily does speak English, but she does predominantly film in French, her native language, of course. And so when you're watching on YouTube, you've got a little sort of a setting circle. It's like a cog. If you click onto that, it'll say captions. So you click onto captions, and then when you do that, it'll say either English, which it does on my phone, which will translate it and put subtitles or translated in, or it'll say captions, and then you have to scroll down to the language you want, which could be any language actually, but English predominantly for us. And lots of people ask me about that, and so it is a Google translation of Emily speaking, so sometimes the English is a little strange, but it works. So if that works for both the sew-alongs and the podcasts that she's done, where she talks about the inspiration of this collection. And what is absolutely dreamy about this collection is these trousers and the Tompette. Well, actually all of it. I can't choose a favourite, like choosing a favourite child, but they're amazing. Let me just take the hanger off a second. She says, where should I put that? Hold the line caller. So my confession is that I made the Recife trousers in the fabric that was gifted to me from Maison Fauve, and I made the wrong size. I just made the wrong size. I don't know what happened. I think got used to making tops, which I make in a size 42, because I originally made everything in a size 44, and then I have lost a stone and a half since Christmas, as you'll know, and this changed my size. Great. And for some reason I made a size 42 in the trousers and they just didn't fit. So I took pictures and so on, and I have the trousers on, obviously, in these pictures. This is me in France wearing these trousers, but the side zip does not do up. Full disclosure, I did let Emily know. So when I got home, I actually made another pair of the Recife trousers, identical in every fashion, except that this isn't the Maison Fauve fabric, sadly, but because I wanted to make them quickly and continue to feature them for Maison Fauve. But there's a few details I missed when I was talking to you about these in France. These pockets, these are called Italian pockets, and you create this wonderful facing as part of the creation of the pockets, which is just dreamy. And it's the same detail on the back. So this isn't a traditional fold over. This is a whole different pattern piece that you then create this with. And you've got this lovely curve here, which again is just genius how it's created. And you haven't got a massive seam allowance or anything with like visible, if you like, because you've turned over. There is seam allowance there, but it's tiny. You've got two sets of pleats in the back here, which gives you lots of opportunity for fitting, and then obviously a waistband on here. I have worn these on rotation. It's one of those makes that actually I'm a bit embarrassed that I have other things in my wardrobe because they're not getting anywhere like right now. I love that when that happens, and so naturally there will be more of these. I was nervous to show you my invisible zip on my other pair because I did have trouble with it. Just personal sewing issues, nothing to do with the pattern. And to prove my point, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is an invisible zip in some side trousers, side zip in some trousers that actually I can get in and out of. This has been a nemesis of mine over the years, and I'm so glad that I persevered. Not that I needed to persevere, I didn't, because everything about this pattern works. And it's sort of, so the zip starts just above the beginning of the pocket there, if you like. And I just had self-limiting beliefs that I couldn't do it. But I did do it, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm not nervous to wear them. In the past, I've had a side zip and somehow or other it's just not worked, and then I'm stuck in my trousers, or I can't get my trousers down when I need to. You read into that what you will. But I love these. And also, I did explain on the video that I hadn't got the turn up right. But look at this turn up. Look. How beautiful is that? And what's lovely about this is this part is not sewn. So there's no visible stitching here. You fold it in a very set of special ways, which I can't really explain to you without you seeing the video, and you stitch further down. I think you can just see that there. You stitch further down, which then encapsulates this fold, but then means you've got this beautiful detail on the top with no stitching. So that's my confession. It's not a major one. No one was hurt in the making of these trousers. And I'm so glad that I persevered. And not, it's the wrong word. I think actually a lot of people might have gone, do you know what? I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to risk buying really lovely fabric again and go through the same issues. I relish the opportunity to fix something. A lot of people on other channels, hi, I'm sorry, people hate it when I wave, but hello to lots of other ladies that don't twirl and are always nervous about cutting into precious fabric and things like that. I love you all. And they very kindly say, oh my God, I need to be more like Cara, and just go for it. And it's, I make mistakes too. I genuinely do. That pair of trousers which I'm looking at over there, which genuinely don't fit me, I was heartbroken that that was the case, especially as Maison Fauve invested me in that way. But anyway, I'm talking a lot. But I love the details of these, and as I say, I've worn them non-stop. The other one, and I'm already 16 minutes in, so I hope this is okay. Look at this. Oh, look at this. So I was experimenting with folding this down, but it actually sits flat, she says. It does. It does sit flat. This is the Défilante blouse, and there are so many different varieties of how you can make this blouse. I'm sorry that that's doing that. It's slightly annoying now. It doesn't do that when I wear it, by the way. You can have a front button placket. You can have a back button placket, which actually is, you don't need to do the buttons if you do it on the back. You just put it over your head. You can have pleats. You can have no pleats. You can have asymmetric pleats on one side only. Or you can have a front with no pleats at all. Now, how does a pattern piece do all of that? So if you're going to, the pattern piece is got written instructions in French and in English on it, and explains where you need to fold the pattern piece to either have or have not those elements in it. It's not complicated, but you'd need to concentrate. But it's not complicated. I hope, how many times I can say that. It's just how they've made the pattern so versatile. This pattern also has the most divine button tab detail here. I'm not going to undo it actually, but it does. You can just see here, there's a bit here that it's sort of square here to accommodate this button piece, and this sits on the front of your wrist. So it doesn't sit here, which it would traditionally do on a shirt. It sits here, which is just exquisite. It's such a beautiful detail. And this is their lace from Maison Fauve. It is slightly bugging me that it's doing that, sorry. But anyway, this is from Maison Fauve. And if you're thinking, oh, do you need to line that? What happens? This is actually opaque. I know that sounds random, but you can see there, you can practically not see my hand or my ring or anything like that. When you are wearing this, genuinely, you can't see through it. And this is the second time I've used this beautiful lace. I made the Bellini blouse in the cream version, which I just absolutely adore. And also, this is the friendliest fabric in the world because it does not fray. So at the bottom, I'm just going to turn upside down so you can see. The right side round. And it's upside down now. But you can see I've cut the edge here at the bottom of the shell shape here. And it doesn't fray. I haven't finished the inseam. This is the side seam here. I haven't finished the inseam here, and it doesn't fray, which is lovely. It's such a beautiful blouse. How they create this neckline is genius. This is a yoke piece here for the shoulders, and then you basically finish this. There's a facing that goes on the inside here, but look how beautifully finished this is. It's exquisite. It's absolutely exquisite, and I love this colour, and it looks amazing with these. I am one lucky lady. I actually really like wearing this open with a plain cream top underneath, so like more like a jacket. I really enjoy doing that. The truth is I haven't actually had a chance to wear most of these things because I have been recovering. So I did pop a photo on Instagram, which I'll put in here now, of me in the new version of my Recife trousers and the cream top. And I just haven't been out. I've been off sick from work, recovering, and all that malarkey, just not been out. So that is the Maison Fauve collection, if you like, the La Rivage. I'm 20 minutes in, so I hope that's okay. But I also wanted to update you on some other things. So what better way to come back to you than in leopard print? I mean, yeah, leopard print is everywhere right now. And this is actually spookily like, although nothing like, the Ace denim or Ace print that Fabric Godmother released recently. I know it's nothing like that, but it made me smile when it's similar. But I got this, I think this was either 50p or £1 a metre from the fabric market in Birmingham. Sorry, I've just kicked my stand there. I'm a bit rusty, aren't I? Excuse me. And this was part of the Precious Fabric Challenge that actually ends tomorrow, run by the lovely Tomcat Stitchery. And you remember that I did a quick video sharing with you what I consider at that time the most precious fabrics in my collection. Now everybody had a different variety of what precious meant to them, and I think that was amazing. So I did have precious fabrics for value, precious fabrics for memory, and just precious fabrics because they're just gorgeous. And a number of you predicted that wouldn't just be one thing made up. I made several things up, and this is one of them. So this, I think, featured in the Precious Fabrics, and it was quite nice actually because I think 3 or 4 of the fabrics all came from the Birmingham trip earlier in the year with these lovely ladies. I hope I remember to put them in. Hello, ladies. And I needed I knew I needed some loungewear to help me recuperate and just be comfortable, feel wrapped in my own cloak of creativity when I couldn't be creative. And so I made a whole batch of LB pullovers from Paper Theory and the Derwent trousers from the book Working with Knit from Wendy Ward. So I haven't taken a picture of this one, but I have got a picture of me in, it's just here, in this one. I love this. And this is the cream version, so that's the back there, Cara. This is the cream version, so let me put your picture in here now, or a video or something. Maybe I'll add a video if I've got one, to mix it up. These are so quick to make. I know me and Sarah from So Sarah Style, we're utter addicts of this. We don't hem the edges or the bottoms, and predominantly we both make the short sleeved, which is in fact just one pattern piece for the whole of the front because it's grown on sleeve. And then I made matching Derwent trousers, and again the Derwent trousers are just so simple. They come out really flat fronted, flat waistband, etc. I haven't had a chance to wear these actually, but I love this fabric. Look at that. And I think I have enough left to make a tubular skirt, which I thought that would look quite trendy with this. I think I have, I hope I have, that would be nice. I'm just trying to look and see if I can see where the piece is. I hope I have. Just got this vision of having the sort of quite slouchy jumper and then a quite tight tubular skirt. And actually now I'm thinking about it, I keep meaning to get the book out and see if there's a skirt in the Wendy Ward book, because I think there may well be. If not, I think Tilly in her stretch book has a very simple skirt that I'm going to have a look at. So that's exciting. I also, and this has been worn on rotation, I made a black one, which I think you might have seen, and I featured this because I wore this to France as my travelling outfit, and then because the weather was a little chilly, it actually turned out to be very, very useful to me. So I wore that a lot. Oh, hang on, stuff is falling off here. Just hold a moment. Glamorous. I'll come on to that in a moment. So that was 1, 2, and then you're like, no wonder you didn't do any sewing for 2 weeks. How much sewing did you do in a very short amount of time? I then made a pair of Pomona trousers, which again was my absolute hero of the summer. I don't know what I would have done in my life without these Pomona trousers. So I will put a picture of me in this here. I love these trousers. I wore these yesterday actually because I wanted to eke them out a little bit more because it's quite warm in the country yesterday. I just love these, and this fabric featured as part of my precious fabrics because it was gifted to me from Maison Fauve quite a long time ago actually. I don't know why I haven't used it. I think I was going to make a solid floor dress out of it, but then I have 2 solid floor dresses already, and I haven't been reaching for those through the summer, so I wanted to make, because it's more of an autumn dress in my view, and therefore I wanted to make some trousers. So that I actually, as part of my entry, although it was one item for an entry, I just put screenshots of all 4 pictures, which is probably what I'm sharing with you now. And then finally I made the trousers out of the red twill, which I just love. I really enjoy wearing these. And again, I wasn't expecting to wear these a lot in France because last year we went to France and it was 40 degrees, 35 to 40 degrees. This year in France, it was 15 to 24. So no mind. So I did actually wear these quite a bit as well, and I'll put a photo in there. So if there's ever any proof that nothing stays in my sewing room, or actually that's not true, is it? Very few things stay in my sewing room for very long, and I just go for it, then those were the things. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on that, and thanks again to Tomcat Stitchery for her little competition. It was quite cool actually. Whilst I was off, on the days I felt a little bit stronger, I did decide to do the switch over of the wardrobe. I'm just going to have another sip of tea. Hang on a second. And I've been watching Sam from So Sparkle with Sam. Hi Sam. And Adam, I think. They both said that they don't really have a summer and a winter wardrobe because they just layer up and tend to wear the same things all year round. I do definitely have a summer and a winter wardrobe. I just really enjoy it, and also I'm making a ridiculous amount of clothes all the time because it is my self-care. I just love to sew, and it's not good for me when I'm not sewing. It's the truth of it. So what are you going to do? It's hardly the most harmful hobby to have in the world. And so I did do the switch over, and actually currently on my Vinted account, which if I remember I'll link below, I'm actually selling a few of the items that I'm rotating out of my wear, and it's not a money making exercise for me. It's more of a knowing where the items have gone, as in not gone to landfill, and I do that about twice a year. And actually this morning a lady kindly bought 4 items from me, which was really lovely, and again minimal cost. Yeah, so just great fun. I did the autumn switch over, and as part of that was able to go through and see and have another look, if you like, at all of the items I make. And actually I've got so few shop bought items in my cupboard, like almost none. Knitwear predominantly is what lives in my wardrobe that is shop bought. And I came across my Brooklyn trousers, which again is from Maison Fauve. I made these at the beginning of the year. I then lost loads of weight, and I say loads of weight, well, 1.5 stone, and they just swimming on me. And actually lovely Judy from Running So and So did say to me, oh, you'll end up having to take those in. And I wasn't sceptical, but I was like, nah, I doubt I'll lose that much, you know, actually change my shape that much. Judy, you were totally right, as always. Well, not always, but you know what I mean. And so the Brooklyn trousers are just the most beautiful pair of trousers. Again, side zip, and do you know, when I pulled these out, I had, as you may well remember, or not as the case may, which is fine, I actually had taken out the side zip because I couldn't get it to work, and I put in a standard zip, which actually looked pretty rough, to be honest. It was okay, but it wasn't great. But because I've found these really really strong zips from, I can't remember, it's YKK, is that something like that? I can't remember the name of the zip company. I think it's something like that. But basically, if you put in extra strong invisible zips, these zips will come up. And they've got bigger teeth on them, but basically it works absolutely fine. And because I had time on my hands, I unpicked the whole waistband. I unpicked the belt loops, I unpicked the zip, I literally took these apart, and I then I actually took in loads on the back pleats here, you can see. I haven't trimmed that because I didn't need to. And then a little bit on the side seams as well. We're talking actually quite a lot. And then I actually took off the back. Now the pockets on the Brooklyn trousers is just a faux pocket, so it's just a pocket flap. So I actually ended up taking those off because I took some in on the crotch, the back, the seat curve, if you like. And then I just thought, well, I don't actually need those on there. So how good was I? I never do that sort of thing. I just don't, probably because I've moved on to the next project. And so now I've got a very wearable pair of black trousers back in my wardrobe. So I'm absolutely delighted with that. I also adapted a very old pattern, which I haven't brought with me here. I think it's called the Samantha dress by Athena Cacao, or AK Designs. She no longer does patterns actually, but I've been meaning to take the elastic out and change that for years. And so I took that off, completely changed it and fixed it. So I felt really satisfied with my switch over and sort of re-look at what I do and don't wear, to make sure that it actually gets back into rotation and is used a lot. It's just been lovely. Yeah, but there you go, I'm back to it tomorrow. So I was working last week, but not actually with patients or my team, but I am back into the throw of it tomorrow, and can't wait to see my teams and my patients and things. So that's really good. Just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, I run 2 dental practices. I am a dental practice manager, which I love. I'm very lucky. So I hope you've enjoyed catching up with me. I do genuinely feel like I am having a cup of tea or coffee with you. Now I do have a coffee account, which I'll link down below, and I would love it if you could buy me a cup of coffee in replacement of being together in person. It does mean the world to me and helps my little channel to grow. So thank you if you've done that in the past, and thank you in advance for the future, because it does genuinely mean the world to me. Other things that will really help my channel, please could you give me a thumbs up. The algorithms on YouTube are changing all the time, and I'm not sure I'm in favour with YouTube right now. So if you can give me a thumbs up, that would help others, like-minded people, know about my channel. But I love to hear from you. I always love to hear where you're from, and thank you so much to the regular viewers that I love to have a sort of conversation with on a weekly basis. You know who you are, and I thank you very much. Coming next, I'm going to be sharing with you, now that I've had a chance to look at my wardrobe, what my thoughts are on next plans, and what I've got coming up next. And I'd also love to hear from you if there's some things specific that you'd love me to feature or do more of on the channel. I would love to have more viewers, and there has been some really popular videos this year, and then some that are a bit more static, which is fine. That's how the yin and yang of a channel goes. But could you let me know in the comments below specifically what type of videos you love to see from me, and then I'll aim to plan some more of those in. That's the idea. But have a lovely week, everybody. Stay safe and well, and I look forward to catching up with you again next week. Take care. Bye.